Hey, what's up, guys? It is the HPR Chronicles Podcast with Shakur Smith. And today what's up, Smith? Today we're talking about why it's dangerous when Trump doesn't condemn white supremacists, or we might call today's show, how Trump not denouncing the Proud Boys could incite a race war. So today's show is obviously based on the first presidential debate between Trump and Biden. It took place Tuesday. This is Friday's show. I know you saw, for all of you guys who watch us on YouTube, who follow us on YouTube, you saw that we switched them from Wednesdays to Fridays. So me and Rachel's show will come out on Wednesdays, and me and Smith's show will come out, the HPR Chronicles, on Fridays, which gives me time to edit and do more visuals and all that good stuff for our viewers on YouTube. You know, If you are joining us for the first time, we are a podcast about history, politics, and race. Hence the H, the P, and the R. And Chris is a veteran of the Army Reserves, and he currently works for the VA. He loves that stuff. We both like to travel. I am a film, TV producer, director, writer, film and TV producer, director, writer, and I love the same, history, politics, and race, and I like to travel as well. And we always say we're not pro any race. We're just pro truth. If the truth offends you, we're sorry, not sorry. That's our slogan if you're joining us for the first time. And thank you, everybody, for listening to us where you get your podcast and on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe on ISENT Group Digital. We only need, I think 60 more to get to 1,000 on YouTube. So go on there and subscribe, hit that notification button so you can see, you can know when we're coming out with the shows. And the shows are going to be getting better. And like I said, for our viewers, more visual and more interesting to watch if you do like to watch these two handsome gents, as I always say. And quick shameless plug before we start, man. Don't forget to watch my show on Vice TV. Donk Master is doing very well. And I think we got season 2. I'm just waiting for the word. So thank you, everybody out there that watched the show and for helping us do that if we did, in fact, get season 2. When I get the official announcement, I'll post something on social media if you follow me. So, yeah, Smith, thanks for checking in, man. Actually, guys, today we were going to do the show in person, but I was extremely busy. Didn't even have time to set the couch up, and Smith is going to be at his place doing some things. So we just figured let's jump back on Zoom,
But next time, definitely.
Yeah, next time we'll definitely be on the couch. And I'm sure, you know what, Smith, before I even get into who the Proud Boys are, let me just get your opinion on what you did see on the debate last night. I just thought it was a complete-ish show.
Yeah, I was going to say,
that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, I tuned in.
I hear something booming. You have something on back there? I hear something like thumping.
Oh, it's my neighbor.
Oh, you hear? Yeah, I hear it. It's like music.
Yeah, really?
Oh, I hear it in the background. I hear like boom, boom.
The bass of it.
Yeah, I hear the bass of it slightly.
I don't know.
It's fine. It's not loud. Listeners, if you guys could hear it, Smith's neighbor is having a party. Please excuse the little boom sound in the background. Yeah, go ahead, Smith.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I started watching, and it was painful because, someone's talking, and actually when I started, came in a little late, and Trump was speaking, and you could hear everything he was saying, blah blah blah, and then it's Biden's turn, and all of a sudden he's getting interrupted, and that interruption continued throughout the whole debate, and it was very annoying because you couldn't, you're ready for someone to explain their position, like they're supposed to be doing. They're speaking to America right now, not to. Right. I mean, they're talking to each other, debating on some things, but their answers are for America to hear and listen to. And exactly. Trump just kept interrupting, and I heard that was probably the plan, so as to throw Joe Biden off of his to just throw him off his game and make him mess up. But it just, to me, it's just like, like people are saying, you're bully. You're not even showing, it's just disrespectful. Like there's no decorum, right. And you're supposed to be what people are looking up to, right. Which I would think. But now I'm realizing, all these years, thinking that the president would be someone that you look up to has
Right.
not, was all just taken away after the 2016 election.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. I mean, I just thought, yeah, I mean, I actually expected it to be what it was. I wasn't surprised about anything, man. It was just a shame to just watch the actual show, just watch the whole fiasco. It was horrible. And the interesting thing is, even people on his side on Fox are even saying that it was horrible, from Rush Limbaugh down to, you know what I mean? Everyone's saying the same thing. I mean, and he lost that hands down.
And I also hear, people on his supporters are even saying they wish he would have stopped talking. They wish he would have not interrupted. Because they wanted to hear, and they actually, a lot of people were expecting Joe Biden to do something messed up. And, I still heard people or read people, make comments about it. But it's just one interesting thing is there was something that a lot of people are not necessarily discussing today. And that's that statement Trump made, which we'll get into. So
okay, yeah. So Trump, Biden. I actually liked when Biden stood his ground and was like, "Shut up, man!" This is a clown. I mean, you have to give Trump some of that. You have to. I don't think Biden should have, because some people were talking about that today. I don't think Biden should have just sat back and just took his verbal abuse and all of his posturing. Mm-hmm. I'm happy that you need someone like that with Trump. Because if you cower and just let him run all over you, it's really going to make you look weak. We need someone strong like this clown. I love when he said that.
Yeah. The thing that I wouldn't have done is there's times he was addressing something and then Trump would, interrupt like about his son, Biden's son. And then I know that some people said he did need to defend his son.
Oh, absolutely.
On
you don't want the masses believing that. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, you don't want masses to believe it, but at the same time, that wasn't the question that was being asked. So when you do turn around and start to answer him, you're now going to something else that didn't need to be addressed. Because if that's an important question that people want to understand about Joe Biden's son or kids in general, then there should be definitely questions and discussion about, Ivanka and Jared in the White House and how they have secret, clearances that due to the revelations that came out about Trump's IRS information, if they are possibly beholden to other people for debt and stuff like that, you can't, I remember one of the things that the government does look at is bankruptcies and stuff like that. If there's a way someone can apply leverage to you as a civil servant, you won't get a clearance. So the fact that the family was not, Trump had to intercede to allow his kids to be able to get clearances. Anyway, that's my point out.
I remember that whole thing. But yeah, I mean, I don't blame. I mean, if Trump is asked a question and he brings up something else that's irrelevant and could shape some narrative, I don't blame Biden for addressing it real quick and going, "Hey, that wasn't a question, but that's false. Get off my son.
No,
here's what was asked." You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, because
and that's the best, and that's the response I would have liked to him to we're not talking about kids right now, but if we want to, we can discuss my children and your children, and moved it on. Just because to throw it back at him, that's how I kind of
One of the things I didn't like on the Biden side is how, sometimes he seemed not all the way there, which people talk about a lot.
Right.
Like how he would fumble a little bit and.
Well, he stutters, right?
Yeah, I know that, but I don't think it was because of that. They were saying his mental, you know what I mean? That's what folks are saying, that, I don't know if it's true or not, but I do be seeing him get caught up a little bit and stuff. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
What I will say is their ages are not really that far apart.
Right. Exactly.
So the thought that, if Joe is having some, is there. I mean, we've all seen and heard over the past 3.5 years, Trump flub different words repeatedly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kafifi or whatever, like even spelling simple things that your autocorrect on your phone should have fixed. And he
Right.
tweet, things incorrectly. So as much as I get that, and I do worry about the mental part, it's just Trump has done some things. Biden, is sometimes appears not there, but I definitely feel safer with Biden
Right.
than I do with the person.
Oh, of course,
So.
most definitely, man. So anyway, let's talk about this Proud Boys thing. That when he was asked to denounce them, and he told them to. What was his statement?
He said, "Proud Boys, stand back, stand by."
Exactly, which was not cool. First of all, let me just talk about who this group is, and then we'll kind of get into why this is dangerous that Trump isn't denouncing this group. So, established in the midst of the 2016 presidential election by Vice Media co-founder Gavin McEwen or McEwen.
MCI.
The two ends makes it McEwen, right? The Proud Boys are self-described Western chauvinists who adamantly denying any connection to the racist alt-right, insisting they are simply a fraternal group spreading an anti-political correctness and anti-white guilt agenda. And for those listening, the source of this information, let me give it to you real quick, is the splcenter.org, just so you know. I don't want to make it seem like we came up with this.
Yeah.
Just letting you guys know where we got it from. So their disavowals of bigotry are belied by their actions. Rank and file, Proud Boys, and leaders regularly spout white nationalist memes and maintain affiliations with known extremists. They are known for anti-Muslim and misogynistic rhetoric. Proud Boys have appeared alongside other hate groups at extremist gatherings like the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville. Indeed, former Proud Boys member Jason Kelsler helped to organize the event, which brought together Klansmen, anti-Semites, Southern racists, and militias. Kelsler was only expelled from the group after the violence and near universal condemnation of the Charlottesville rallygoers. Other hardcore members of the so-called alt-right have argued that the Western chauvinist label is just a politically correct term. McEwen's crafted to gain mainstream acceptance. Let's not bullshit, Brian Brothard, aka Corellis Rex, told his co-host on the anti-Semitic The Daily Shower. Yeah, one of the most popular alt-right podcasts. If the Proud Boys were pressed on the issue, I guarantee you that like 90% of them would tell you something along the lines of Hitler was right, gas the Jews. McEwen himself has ties to the racist right and has contributed to hate sites like vdare.com and American Renaissance, both of which publish the work of white supremacists and so-called race realists. He even used Takis magazine, a far-right publication whose contributors include Richard Spencer and Jared Taylor, to announce the founding of the Proud Boys. McEwen plays a duplicitous rhetoric game, rejecting white nationalism and in particular the term alt-right, while espousing some of its central tenets. For example, McEwen has himself said it is fair to call him Islamophobic. Sorry. So That's just a quick thing about the Proud Boys. Before we go any further, unless you'd like to interject real quick, Smith, I want to talk about the membership, how you get into Proud Boys.
Well, just
you know what I mean?
Some of the things I'm just seeing about it. They wanted to be like Western chauvinistic who refused to apologize for creating a modern world. They compare, like they use Archie Bunker as an example. We long for the days when girls were girls and men were men. And they feel like this wasn't controversial 20 years ago. It was considered a norm at that time, but no one was really happy. I mean, shoot, Archie Bunker, of course, called, George Jefferson. He used the N-word back then. So
right, I remember.
Yeah, so
I remember.
It's interesting, the idea that they want to wear Trump's, slogan for the 2016, "Make America Great Again," which is,
right.
Of course, puts me back to what time period are you talking about? And it looks like they definitely loved the 1950s. You know what I'm
saying? Right. So the membership, for all of you who'd like to be a member of the Proud Boys, let me break it down to you. There are 3 degrees of membership within the Proud Boys, and to become a first degree in the pro-West fraternal organization, a prospective member simply has to declare, "I am a Western chauvinist, and I refuse to apologize for creating the modern world," which you just said. To enter the second degree, a Proud Boy has to endure a beating until they can yell out the names of 5 breakfast cereals in order to demonstrate adrenaline control, and give up masturbation because, in theory, it will leave them more inclined to go out and meet women. Those who enter the third degree have demonstrated their commitment by getting a Proud Boys tattoo. Any man, no matter his race or sexual orientation, can join the fraternal organization as long as they recognize that white men are not the problem. Women have their own contingent called the Proud Boys Girls. So that's how you become a member. And I have a few of his statements. He had a bunch of statements on this site, guys, but I only chose a few because I don't want to spew this rhetoric too much. I kind of want to just get these few out, and Smith and I can kind of talk about what we think about these 3 statements he's made throughout the years, and then we can move on to other subjects pertaining to the debate that Smith would like to address. So, you want me to go over these, or you want to interject real quick?
No, keep going.
Okay. So in his own words, this is one of the statements he's made. "We brought roads and infrastructure to India, and they are still using them as toilets. Our criminals built nice roads in Australia, but Aboriginals keep using them as bed. The next time someone, whatever B is, about to colonization, the correct response is, 'You're welcome.'" So let's address this real quick. And he actually said this in the 10 Things I Like About White Guys magazine, March 2nd, 2007. This is Gavin McEwen's, right? So first let's address this. All right, Mr. Gavin. First of all, your ancestors didn't even know what a toilet or a bathroom was. You guys would be in Europe throwing feces out the window until some Africans came and showed you what a toilet was, who invented the toilet, until you guys started using it. So let's get that straight. You know what I mean? Where you talk about still using them as toilets. On the other side of that, as we all know, in Australia, the criminals was actually sent there from the UK and England, and they went and colonized a country that was already there and claimed it as their own and pushed everyone out. You know what I mean? So for them to say, the next time one talks about colonization, say you're welcome. How about your ancestors saying you're welcome for even teaching you how to brush your own teeth and clean yourself and even live as like a civilized society? That's something you guys were not doing. Study your history, Gavin, wherever you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's just some of the things I'm going to touch on. So the next thing he said was, maybe the reason I'm sexist is because women are dumb. No, I'm just kidding, ladies. But you do tend to not thrive in certain areas like writing. And he mentioned this on the Gavin McEwen show, June 28th on 2017. Now, I mean, to even respond to an idiotic statement like that when women have, gotten people in space and created things. And I mean, it's just, I mean, Smith, how silly is this guy? How ignorant is this
ignorant
idiot?
To the, there's a recorded video titled that he made called 10 Things I Hate About the Jews. That was back in 2017. I mean, to say they're not a white supremacist or whatever is just
it's false.
Load of, it's trying to, but it's just interesting enough. I find that when I see people post something and they want to compare the KKK, few people like to always post and go, KKK, they're not around, or their members are so low. And yeah, maybe their membership is low, but there's now these new groups like these Proud Boys that are starting to pick up numbers, and people are quietly or not so quietly at times following them and just repeating their rhetoric but to get back to like your main point of Trump not wanting to vilify or denounce white supremacy and propping them up is come election day and Trump loses, there's going to be some scariness that's going to happen on that day, the potential for it. Because if he's already, they're already using the Proud Boys stand by or stand back, stand by on shirts and emblems and stuff like that. I mean, or they're making that emblem already. So, and I've already posted and tweeted things to say that they'll be ready whenever he calls upon them.
Yeah. So hold that thought. I have one more because what Smith is saying, guys, is the whole point of today's show. But I want him to hold that. I have one more statement from McKean. This is the last one, which is so silly too. So this is what he says. This was on his CRTV show, Get Off My Lawn, January 17, 2018. He goes, I just realized something. Cory Booker is kind of like Sambo. He's kind of shooking and jiving for the white man. Cory Booker grew up rich in an all-white suburb. He's basically a white guy. His parents were very wealthy executives at IBM, but he wants to be a black dude. So he pretends that he's down with the brothers, and he acts outraged about racism all the time for white people. That gets him votes from whites. I mean, that's the last statement I have from him.
Wow.
And I'm going to close this down, but
I don't even know how to address that.
Yeah, who knows how to even comment to something like that? Back to your point, what you were saying, again, which is the point of today's show, why it's dangerous for Trump not to denounce these kind of groups. I just kind of want the audience to kind of get an overview of who these guys are and the kind of stuff they've spewed out in the media and how dangerous they are and how dangerous it is for Trump not to denounce them, which could incite what you're saying right now, Smith. You could pick up where you just left off.
Well, and from there, people are going to be going out to vote. I can now picture already there's going to be groups at polling places,
right?
Probably stopping black, brown people on their own. As there's a system in place, and you get checked when you go inside. They ask your name, blah blah blah. If I have to, if someone stops and harasses, the objective is has always been, is to keep people from voting and to scare voters away. And could it happen? Yeah, but I'm hoping, I do have to say, and I've said it before, this may be the time all black people, whether you like guns or weapons or not, you might need to really change the landscape of things, and it's time for us to be packing ourselves, lawfully, legally.
Mine, and I'm definitely going to get another one. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get another one.
I know a lot of people. I do have a good number of friends, black and white, who have guns and stuff. So
yeah,
maybe it's time for me to break down and get mine.
Yeah, I'll probably go and get a rifle too. I think you can get one in California still, but it's made to California's specifics. standards, it's certain rounds and whatever. So whatever rifle they have available, I'm definitely going to get it. Let me just say that.
And I'm not a violent person.
No, me either.
And I'm hoping
protection
for, and then again, there's been so many times people have asked him, is he willing to transfer the power over peacefully? And, to hear the response of some people like, no, he shouldn't. Hillary never did. Like, yes, she did. She did. Did she do it right away?
She conceded,
but she conceded.
Yeah.
And if he's not going to concede, I mean, if this tries to be dragged out, just again, must be warned that he has to truly win. And if he doesn't, he gets taken out. And if there's a conflict past the date the president is supposed to take office, the Speaker of the House gets to then, take over the country. So that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping for a peaceful.
Right. Well, he's already saying that if he loses, it was rigged, which is crazy. If he wins, it's not rigged.
It's not rigged.
But if he loses, it's rigged.
Yeah, that's the craziest idea, and people are believing that already. There's no way he's going to lose because all my friends are voting for Trump. Yeah, but what about those friends that you aren't talking to?
Well, the people you don't know, just because your friends are voting for Trump. It makes no sense.
And my other thing is for him to say what he did, Trump on TV, blasting out or doing a shout out to the Proud Boys. The black friends that I have on, that I've noticed out there that for whatever reason see Trump as being okay. I hope now they're enlightened to understand that he's not for you. He's not trying to make things better for you.
Oh man, they always have an excuse. There's nothing you could say to a Trump supporter to actually sway them. They have an excuse for every single thing.
But my specific point is to African American Trump supporters, and I know they still are going to have something to say, but I'm just like, the man on national TV said what he said, and in no way, shape, or form does that help you.
Right. When I was in Louisiana recently, last week, I met a brother who is a Trump supporter, and me, Bruce, and this guy got into a huge debate / verbal argument about why he supports Trump. And he just sounded ignorant. It was unbelievable. And I'm not telling anyone who to support. But like I've told you before, if you start spewing lies and stuff like that, I don't even want to talk. If you're not coming from a factual standpoint and not saying what's really going on, I don't even want to talk. I'm sorry.
For me,
I just don't want to talk.
I feel like now I expect someone to go, well, I support Trump because, the tax thing he did, it saved me a bunch of money. Like, okay.
Just say that. Yeah, say that.
I get that. Or if you're like, he's stacking the Supreme Court in the way that I like. Okay, I get that. That stuff I get. But if you're like, well, he's bringing businesses back. I'm sorry.
Right.
Or he's gonna, he's done these great things for black people. No, don't even go there. Because prison reform, again, I say, even though there may be a lot of black people, that's not a positive. That's just the reforming to make things fair is one thing. But if you're just making, it's got to be reform that makes lives fair for everyone, and we got to get to that. And he's not trying to do that with his rhetoric or his support of white supremacy. And again, I'll just add, people can say he's not a racist, but he sure is supported by racists.
Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. And apparently he had some meeting, with some African Americans in Florida, and he promised $500 million or something for this.
Yeah, he supposedly now has a black agenda, and he put it out there. It's interesting how he's now, before he gets elected, got this agenda thing,
right.
which I'm sure, I truly believe
he's not going to keep his promise.
He's not going to keep the promise. Yes, that's exactly.
He's not going to keep his promise.
That was going to be my point. Is he says it, but then if anyone believes it, I'm dumbfounded.
He's not going to keep his promise at all.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So anyway, man, was that it, or you had other things on there? I basically just wanted to say, just to sum it up, man, on my end, that him and you already said it, but just to reiterate, if he doesn't denounce these type of groups and keeps inciting this violence, it's not going to be a good thing, and we have potential for definitely some sort of race war, some sort of fight, between these groups and people and stuff like that. And if he was a more peaceful, uniting type of president, it'll be a whole different story. But when he says this stuff, these people think they have his support. It emboldens them to go out and commit violence on behalf of Trump to achieve their perceived way America should actually be. Yeah. Let me just say that. And that's why it's dangerous for him not to denounce these type of groups. And again, I was shocked, that he couldn't just put bluntly in his face, denounce him now then, say it. I was shocked that he couldn't just say, stand back and stand by, or whatever he said.
And that's not denouncing anything.
Oh, of course not. And then, he told him to stand by.
Yeah, and I know that, what did he do? He had denounced back in 2016. He made a statement back then. But the point I would, anyone who always wants to bring up the past, like this, that's he said that at that point. Well, either he lied at that time, or he, which I believe he never really meant to say that, but he just said it thinking it was going to help. But now he's like, screw it. Like, I am, I got to keep this base of voters.
Right. So, exactly.
And that, again, if that's what you are about, then just be proud of it. Let other people know that you're a racist.
Exactly.
I don't need to deal with you. But if you want to be all sneaky, I mean, if you're supporting them for some rational reasons that help you, I get it. But it's best to claim that than just being like, oh, well, it's because Biden is this. Oh, he was part of Obama. I hate Obama. Anyway, he's not. Yeah. That's it. I'm repeating the same thing.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for checking in, Smith. Once again, it's the HPR Chronicles Podcast with Cory Smith. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, ISENT Group Digital. Hit that notification button. And once again, thank you for listening where you get your podcast. Everything will be in the description. Don't forget to follow us on social media, man. And hit us up if there's some things you want us to talk about, things you want us to address. And again, for our YouTube viewers, there will be some visuals today with this podcast. So if you like watching these handsome gents, once again, it's not just our boring faces on the screen. If you're watching us on YouTube, you kind of see some stuff that's relative to what we're actually saying. Takes me longer to do these shows, so that's why we're going to start shooting them at the top of the week, and it gives me like the rest of the week to kind of get it out to you guys by Friday for our listeners. The funny thing is, I actually could have still let it out on the streaming platforms on Wednesdays. I just thought about that, and then YouTube on Fridays, because the audio takes a second to stream and send to the RSS feed. But it's all good. We'll do it all at the same time. Keep everyone on the same page. Keep it consistent. And thank you guys for checking in once again. Thank you for listening. Smith,
please subscribe.
Definitely subscribe. And I'll see you soon, Smith. Peace out. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too.
All right, thanks.
I will.